Coast, just looking at the latest number. I guess Maine is not called yet. It's the day after Joe Biden's big comeback. Bounce back Biden. Or is it bounce house Biden? I'm not sure, but Joe had a big night, a night I did not see coming, and a night that means although Bernie will lead in the delegate count, I mean, he just will after they get California votes counted. Joe Biden's got 453 right now. Bernie Sanders has 382. Elizabeth Warren has 50. Bloomberg has 44. Pete Buttigieg has 26. Tulsi Gabbard has 1. But they haven't counted California, and they really won't get California. Thus far, they've awarded 72 to Bernie, 21 to Biden, 8 to Bloomberg, and 7 to Warren. And I expect by the end of the time counting that Joe Biden will fall behind Bernie. And then there are going to be 2 people in this race. I mean, Elizabeth Warren has got to get out, I think, but we'll see. I had written Joe Biden off. You know, I just didn't think.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
You know the thing I thought I knew. The thing I thought I knew was that Joe Biden couldn't possibly get back into the ring, but he did. So bounce back Joe has trampolined into this temporary delegate lead, and we're going to see whether his comeback, which right now is as impressive as John McCain's Lazarus-like comeback in 2008, hangs in there. Now, I've been wrong since 2008, right? So this is no news to me when it comes to predicting what the American electorate does. I keep expecting generational change, or I keep expecting the predictable to happen. I've been just conventional wisdom central, and it just hasn't been work. I thought Senator Kamala Harris would be the nominee by now. She's not. I thought she was going to succeed President Hillary Clinton, who didn't become president either time. I thought she was going to be president. I thought Mitt Romney was going to win in 2012. So, the boomers just are impossible to predict. Do you realize that both Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden are too old to be boomers? And though Bernie Sanders has won 33%, he's won away with it in California. We knew that. Even though that's the case, it feels like Biden won last night, right? And Mike Bloomberg just proved that you can burn $500 million and get nothing for it. American Samoa. You can buy American Samoa. Elizabeth Warren proved that it was a zombie campaign from the beginning. And suddenly, hey, boomer, suddenly that's an appeal to younger voters. This generation between World War II's greatest generation and the boomers is called the silent generation, and both Bernie and Joe are from it. They're not going to be silent now. I got to take my hat off. Everyone's got it. By the way, what do you think? 1-800-520-1234. Ben will take your calls. What do you think? The rundown today is coronavirus is still got people panicked, but it's not that bad, people. Would you please stop being crazy? It just isn't that bad. It's everywhere, and it's going to be everywhere, and it's going to have an economic impact, but it's not going to kill millions of people. Again, 36,000 people die in traffic accidents every single day. I mean, every single year in America. 36,000 people. We've had, 10 deaths in America, most of them in a nursing home in Washington State, because this is bad for old people who are frail. You don't want to get it if you're an old person and you're frail. But the Fed moved to cut a half point off the prime yesterday, and all of a sudden, the millennials are out there buying up every house they can, because this is my first pitch for AndrewandTodd.com today. And for all you Seattle people who are either up late or getting up early to drive into Amazon headquarters or getting moved to HQ2, the 10-year Treasury is at 1.01%. I didn't think that was possible. That means you might have a 15-year interest rate in the twos. I don't know. Call up Andrew and Todd with Sierra Pacific at 888-888-1172. 888-888-1172 and say, I want to buy a house. I'm moving. Call up Gordon Wood in Old Town, Alexandria. Say, I want to live next to HQ2. Because you better do it now. Because the only people that have won out of this panic that's been caused by the coronavirus are people who want to buy a house because interest rates are so low. So the coronavirus is out there. We'll get to that story. We know the Fed cut interest rates. But the big story is Super Tuesday. Sanders won Colorado. Biden won Minnesota. Biden won Massachusetts because Elizabeth Warren and Bernie split the left-wing vote. But I still think, I'm not going to write off Bernie the way I wrote off Biden. I'm not. I have no idea. The SEC went for Joe, the Pac-10 went for Bernie, and the Big Ten will decide it as is appropriate. Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. So we've got about 60% of the delegates left to pick. And if Elizabeth Warren does the right thing, she gets out. If she believes in what she says, you never know whether she does. But if you believe in what she says she believes in, she gets out. And Bloomberg is going to get out today. He's no dummy. He just played one of the debates. That just means Bernie and Biden. And let me be the first to tell you what this is. Not many people saw the movie in 2013. Not many people saw Grudge Match, which featured Henry Razor Sharp, played by Sylvester Stallone, exchanging blows with Billy the Kid McDonough and Robert De Niro. It was so bad. It was so bad it seared in my memory. These two old guys taunted into getting back into the ring. And that's what we've got now between Bernie and Biden. Neither of them are going to, well, Biden thinks he's the nominee and Bernie thinks he's the nominee. And Bernie thinks he got cheated by Obama. And all those young Bernie voters out there, they believe they got cheated by Obama. They think President Obama came in, pulled some wires, got Buttigieg out, got Klobuchar out, cleared the field, let the moderates consolidate behind his former vice president. Right now, by the way, California, Bernie's got 32.8%. Bloomberg got 15% for all the money that he spent. This is the biggest argument. Elizabeth Warren got 12%. Every one of the millennials out there that are Bernie bros, they're thinking they hate Elizabeth Warren this morning. They just hate her. Because if she was not in this race, if she had read the tea leaves correctly, Bernie would have swept last night. But there are no do-overs in politics. Biden is behind. He will be behind, but not by much. Not by much. Tulsi Gabbard technically qualified for a delegate in American Samoa. So she technically qualified for the next debate. The DNC is going to toss her out. Joe Biden he declared victory in Los Angeles last night. Cut number 23.
For those who've been knocked down, counted out, left behind, this is your campaign. Just a few days ago, the press and the pundits had declared the campaign dead. And then came South Carolina, and they had something to say about it. And we're told, well, when he got to Super Tuesday, it'd be over. Well, it may be over for the other guy. Tell that to the folks in Virginia, North Carolina,
We got a Howard Dean thing going here?
Alabama, Tennessee,
Are we going to get a screen?
Oklahoma, Arkansas,
We're really close to a Dean screen.
Minnesota.
Oh, we need Minnesota completely isolated. If that was close to a Dean scream. Joe did confuse his sister with his wife. Cut 22.
They don't call Super Tuesday for nothing. By the way, this is my little sister, Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh, no, you switched on me. This is my wife. This is my sister. They switched on me.
Big Joe, we love you. You're going to... Okay, Bernie Sanders is not giving up. Cut number 20.
Thank you, Vermont. You know, it's a funny thing. 31 years ago today, we won the mayoral race in Burlington, Vermont. And we won that race against all of the odds. Everybody said it couldn't be done.
It's going to be great. It's going to be terrific. It's going to be a fight to the finish between Bernie and Biden. Oh, my gosh. Will the boomers and the silent generation never go away? The answer is no, they won't. Stay tuned, America. I'll be right back. That's the rundown for today.